Alright, hello. Welcome back to Mysteries of the Sand, a Monster of the Week campaign set in ancient Egypt. Welcome to session 13, where we begin Mystery 6. We have the team rejoined at last after a month and some nappy time for napping. Yes. Let's just introduce yourselves. Discord order, I guess.
Well, Flux is muted himself, so
Lux!
I'm gonna start.
Okay, do it! Do
Oh
it!
no, okay, hold on.
Okay.
Apparently
Yeah.
my
So,
apparently the keyboard button on my laptop doesn't work. Probably has to restart. But I'm Flux, I play for me with the Spooky Playbook.
Nice.
I'm Nadine, and I play Maya the Expert.
I'm Ask, and I play Ramesu the Monstrous.
Hi, I'm Janine. I play as the mundane Gamila.
Nice. Oh, you wrote down they did. All right, in your to-do list. Man, that to-do list is not looking good.
Don't look at it.
No, I don't want to. I just like accidentally like I don't want to. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so while the previous thingy was going on, the reason we've like established in universe like why Farmy wasn't able to join you is because Farmy had like a busy day at the armory, just working, doing stuff. At the end of the day, like when like around the time when Gamila is kind of arguing with her sister, this is the time when um Farmy, you there is like you're like closing up like the armory, like well not closing up, your shift is over when like a messenger boy like arrives and asks uh can is Farmy inside?
I am him.
I have a message for you from the from Alpheus.
Huh.
He gives you a scroll and then runs off.
I unfurled it.
Yeah, the scroll is kind of like a um letter. It's not like officially signed or anything, but it is like written on like kind of like formal and stuff. So like in it, like Alpheus is like notifying you that there has been sudden reports from like soldiers stationed at the Giza necropolis that there has been reports of missing people, and there are rumors of the Sphinx, the Great Sphinx, coming to life and attacking people, which is
Hmm.
probably unfounded. But uh, so like the military has kind of asked him to ask you to have your team investigated. And obviously this has to be under like since it's not official, but the military has provided you like some like you know remuneration if you succeed and like deal with this issue quickly and stuff.
Sweet, we're mercenaries now.
Yay, mercenaries. Woohoo. So yeah, what so I guess I'm leaving like up to you to tell the others, because I kind of want like a scene of all four of you kind of talking to each other after like a month of like not playing IRL, just having your characters just have some time to get back into their like I ah, yeah, characters words. I'll stop.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, just to be sure, what was the contents of the letter? Just like something attacking, like
There are missing people, so like the facts are that there are missing people going missing near the Giza necropolis. um there is a persistent rumor which has no basis so far, that the Great Sphinx is coming to life and attacking people who can't answer its riddle or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, the like that's a rumor. So as with rumors, there's like a lot of variation. So yeah. So the facts are people are going missing. The rumor is the Great Sphinx is coming to life.
Hmm. Interesting.
Are
So
you
we meet up, I
going?
guess. Yeah,
Yes.
we're meeting up.
I mean, yeah. We can all meet up for lunch again.
Our base
Yes.
of operations is literally just that canteen, isn't it? Just that club
Yeah.
canteen.
I guess we are going there. We're going to meet
Yeah, we can
there again.
actually we can do a very brief retcon, since we can just say this happens like a few days after Artemis arrives. So yeah, it's like you get the message in the morning, so I guess you can go there during lunch, and yeah, just everyone just happens to be there, I guess. I don't know.
I was assuming we meet up for lunch regularly, so
Oh, nice. Yes, awesome.
I mean, at least that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, 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 yes. I like that. I mean, you are working as a this kind of side job thing, so I imagine, yeah, meeting up together often is a good idea. Just
Mhm.
keep everyone in the loop. All right, have your lunch. I need it too.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Oh, hello, Farmy. It's been a
Oh.
while. How have you been?
yeah, a bit busy last time.
Yeah.
You guys had something about a restaurant or something, and also following the investigation on this mystery person.
Oh, that we didn't, found much except for that he came from Rhode Island.
Rhodes,
Not
yes.
Rhode Island. That's in a place that doesn't it hasn't been discovered yet not even by the
Look,
Vikings.
look, that's how Gavita
I
heard
think,
it, so that's what she's
Okay,
yeah,
gonna
I think
say.
you're
Camilla,
technically not wrong. Rhodes is an island.
Yeah. I mean,
Camilla's so funny.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure this happens in the show.
Yeah, yeah, no,
yeah.
I love this. This is great. This is so
Rhodes,
No.
Rhodes Island, as in island of Rhodes, or a completely non-existent island
I
during
don't
this
know.
time.
I just heard them talking to the
Yeah,
uh,
the island of Rhodes. Yes.
the one with the Colossus that is super
Yes,
famous.
the big thing.
The big thing. Yeah,
Don't
mm,
think I've heard
the big boy.
any island famous for their road. Aside from Rome, but that's not an island.
well, do they have big roads there? That's why they got called roads.
No, it's more of just that every road is designed to lead straight into Rome.
Oh,
The big naked boy.
Oh yeah, so I mean that's pretty much all we found out. I mean we know how to break the curse. We
yeah.
know where the guy who ordered that tablet to be taken came from, but we don't know where he went. So
We don't know where exactly.
yeah, so apart from going to Rhodes, we're kind of at a loss for leads right now.
Hmm.
We're just
Mm,
waiting for
Just waiting for something to happen, I guess.
the
Yeah.
harbor master to give us more information about whatever they can find.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I did write to Callias asking if he maybe knew something about a merchant with that name. So hopefully we'll find out something soon.
Well, it's either we found an information or that person made something, curse something because of the tablet. I mean, I'm mostly interested why they had to steal the tablet. And he knows. I think he knows that whoever stole it will be cursed. That's why he asked somebody else to do it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Probably.
Interesting theory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Well,
If
if
it
it's something valuable and maybe connected to a magical thing, I think he knows something that's up and up in that, you know, place. So he asked somebody else to do it.
that makes sense. That being said, there must be information about it somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, we'll find it.
So why
Hopefully, I
we
guess.
so what we are gonna talk about here again? Talk about the letter from the Palakatite.
Ah, yes, I was about to bring that up. Alfio sent me a letter, even though you never knew about it beforehand. This is there's a new mystery for us. Where's the new mystery at?
Giza.
There's a new mystery at the Giza necropolis. Something about bodies being missing,
Oh.
and apparently a rumor that a Sphinx is coming alive.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Just a reminder to like all the players, Giza is the site of the Great Pyramids of Egypt.
Yeah.
The longest living, even and the oldest existing ancient wonder of the world, and the Great Sphinx. The famous noseless statue of a lion thingamabob with a pharaoh face. That one. Yeah. Just a reminder, like in case people forgot. That's all. No big deal.
Well, it sounds like fun, so should we go check it out?
This boy.
Well, at this point, we might as well just call ourselves mercenaries because the government is gonna pay us for this time around.
Yay!
Are we traveling there in the Great Sphinx of Giza?
Yep, yes we are.
I'm just, I didn't hear much. I was trying to solve this. And she shows her in parchment that has couple of equations on it given by Samira.
Uh-huh. How's the math coming along?
It's actually getting easier as time progresses. I mean, uh, yeah.
Well, I just know that Samira has a lot of fun teaching you. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say I asked my sister if she wanna learn math, and I was hoping she said yes, just to so for her to meet Zamira. it's I just want to her, you know, um, experience the same hell I did. Anyways, how are we going there? How far is it
uh,
from
it's.
Alexandria?
I'm gonna look it up. I think it's closer than the thing. It should be on the map. Let me see. I think it's closer than Bubastis. It
No,
really
it's
no, it's
not.
not. No, it's not. It's like around little extra distant. Yeah. Oh, it's actually right next to Memphis. Okay, neat. Excellent. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, you'll have to go there by boat or by land if you want to waste extra 5 days or something.
Nah, boat trip.
Boat trip. Woohoo.
Road
Another
trip.
boat trip.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, unless anyone has any particular scene you want to do, we can just meet over at Giza after a few days of the boating.
Mhm.
Like if you want to do something funny, like some scenes of Gamela not having sea legs, which
I Camilla would probably asking Ramesu if he wants to shave.
I
uh,
think Ramesu looks at you and says, "Do you want to shave?"
Oh yeah, I mean, I work with goats. I shave them if I have to.
He just walks away.
Wait, what? I mean, I'm just saying I'm good at it. Why do you have to walk away from me? We're in the same boat. It's not like you're getting anyway far away from me.
He finds the furthest point away from you and keeps the distance.
oh my gosh. Yep. Awesome. Just awesome. Alright, so you arrive at. Let me get my pictures up because I did actually go in the game Astrid Origins and took some pictures of the region, so I have a mental image, and yes, for everyone. Alright, so alright, photos. There we go. Okay, so you arrive at this. This is like the mini lake slash estuary. Like on the distance is the Nile. Then
Hmm.
you have this little estuary slash lake slash thingy-mabob. And yeah, these are all these
Tip.
old temple complexes now used as a village. So just imagine mud houses around here. Let me actually hold on. Let me actually make a page where we can have this. Yeah, yeah. Let me have a page here so I can everyone can have that. So 1 second.
Mud
Uh,
houses that are made by using horse dung.
or mud.
Yeah, I mean,
Mud.
they yeah, no, they I'm pretty sure they are, there are a couple of types.
Yeah. Yeah, there are these temple ruins that you can see. These are there was
Ah,
multiple multiple semi temples that were never constructed at the necropolis, so by various past pharaohs. And yeah, this
yes.
is you arrive at Giza, one of the most cool looking places, I guess, because it is historic and BS other stuff. All right, let's send that to map layer. Let's have all of you kind of arrive at this page. Nice. Okay, so yeah, just imagine houses around the riverbank, estuary bank, lake bank. There's a ship here that you can see, so that's where the ship comes, the boat comes to kind of pause. Uh, and we have the you can already see in the distance. You can already see the absolutely gigantically huge and enormous pyramid, the Great Pyramid. That just so big. It is so big, just wow. And there's another one which is slightly smaller, and there's one farther to the uh, farther to the west and the south that's much smaller than those two, but yeah. And before the Great Pyramid, like from your, like as you're walking up to the village, you can see glimpses of this like quite like kind of blue red mixture of like a little bit of parts of the Great Sphinx as you kind of arrive in the village. Before we begin, though, I realize I'm forgetting something. Let's do the at the beginning of each mystery thingy. We have Maya
Hmm.
with the woman of the plant. Yeah, yeah, woman with the plant. Do it.
Yeah.
Correct. Oh, I should
Coconut.
actually open the actual mystery worksheet. Oh, nice. You get two, right?
Um, yes.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Just checking that everyone has leveled up. Yes. Okay. Yes. Nobody's getting ready to level up or anything like that. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So you can do. You can spend the whole to be where you need to be prepared and ready. Awesome. All right. So yeah, you all arrive at the Giza village. This is like there are people and yeah, there are yeah. So what do you do? You can do like yeah.
Were we given like a contact person,
Ooh, that
someone
is
to go to?
yeah, that is an excellent question. I think like you have contact in the you have like ah, Farmy, the letter mentioned like the local military guard at the like the docks will meet you for the Giza region. So yeah, like
Hmm.
I think you have a person like meeting you. 1 second. Let me just actually create this person's name, which I did not do. Um, don't judge me. I can feel you judging me. Don't do it.
Why do I have the sudden impulse to just drop kick him into the waters below?
Because you're a spooky, obviously. Alright, there we go. No, what did I do? I accidentally closed the tab. Don't close the tab. Okay. Just that's no. Okay. They need the local military captain. There we go, Captain Kilius. It's not
What?
Callius. It's Kilius. It's a similar name, but it's not the same. Yeah.
Okay.
I think yeah. I think like they were kind of like waiting and they definitely are like I think as you're kind of coming into the docks you do see like a few soldiers waiting at the docks, the Ptolemaic soldiers, and then I think their captain kind of is like scanning the people on the boat, and suddenly kind of like pauses their eyes on one of you, namely the one that catches the most eyes, being already been taking all the stairs the entire trip, being covered in all the fur. That one, yeah. Yeah, I think like as he sees you, this captain kind of approaches the four of you as you kind of deboat, de-ship, un disembark. There we go. Disembark the boat.
Disembark a light.
Yes, disembark from the boat. Um. Oh, what is question? What is the name of your team that is being like caught by the rumors and the legends, the tales, the tall tales? Like, what is
Oh.
the name they're
I
using?
think it's better if we just become nameless.
Yeah, no, no, like that's fine. Like, what?
Just charm in not having an attacky name by itself.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Like, so like if you don't have an like okay you might not like so the question is like what would the people call these four Alexandrians that are like solving these kind of weird stuff around the region? Like, what would the people call you, not what you would call yourself? You might be nameless on your own, but what does the people in their gossips refer to you as? That's all.
Well, I mean, that's up to you.
I know it's up to me.
Just that
I'm just simply delegating the like the choice to the four of you because I'm lazy.
probably some kind of weirdos in the language. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I really like the if you played Fall in London, if you didn't pick like a proper title, you'll just be called like, well, either have like your name, the title always being interrupted, or like being a gender neutral term.
Oh my gosh. I can't tell if that's supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing. What Ramesh just said in chat. Because on the one hand,
Handle
Anubis
Anubis.
is the god of death, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a blessing or a curse. It can be both. Oh, I think that was the main intent. All right. Okay. Um. Uh. Gossip name. Gossip name. Gossip name. Um. The
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 weirdos, the adventure seekers, the mystery solvers,
the
the
the strangers from Alexandria. Yeah. Let's go with something like normal.
devs. Yeah,
The strangers from Alexandria. There you go. Yeah. I like it. The
yeah.
strangers.
That actually has a really good, nice ring to it.
Yeah, the strangers of Alexandria. I like it. That's great.
Fearsome foursome. Come on, man.
God damn it, man.
I
Gosh dang it, Ramesh.
ask, have you
Why?
been
Ramesh,
ask?
why?
Have you been reading? I've been reading. What was it? Fantastic Four.
No,
Uh,
it's a reference from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
yeah.
Oh my! Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
an
gosh.
even bigger
Yeah.
nerd moment.
Yep. Congratulations, Osk. You have earned that nerd badge with pride. Wear it with pride every day.
Nard.
Yeah. All right. You have successfully out nerded uh Maya for the millisecond. Well, it's over now. All right, Maya wins again. Okay. All right. So yeah, the military captain like approaches the four of you and like asks, "I'm presuming you four are the strangers of Alexandria."
Is that what they call us?
Yeah, you're the ones who dealt with the whole situation at the Ipurat ship, the fire thingy, and also the whole grave robbing business at Bubastis, the Temple of Bastet.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh, good, good. So you've heard the missing reports so far. We have five villagers missing, and as you can see, the village is quite small. So um, missing like five people have put them quite on the edge. Already there's already that annoying persistent rumor that the great Sphinx is coming to life and attacking, which makes no sense. But I don't know who started the rumor, but it's really starting to catch on. Uh, yeah. Uh, Sorry, we don't have really much of information to tell you. We are already stretched thin, watching over the entire necropolis. There's always these there's always grave robbers trying to like sneak a peek into the Great Pyramids. So most of our troops are deployed around the region. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now we're here, the strangers of Alexandria.
yes, uh, I
So,
think one of the soldiers kind of approaches Ramesu, who's I'm guessing like standing to the side.
mm,
Ramesu, are you standing to the side like while this conversation is going on?
Yes, I assume that's
Okay, cool.
my
What
MO.
the other soldier? Like, there's only two of them. There's like this captain and the other soldier. The other soldier kind of approaches you and kind of, uh, hi. Could I have maybe like a scratch on my shield? I have it adorned in the name with Anubis's head, so maybe it could give me luck. And you see this guy has a shield with the face of Anubis on it, and he's kind of asking you to like make scratchings as a sort of like blessing or whatnot.
Fucking weed. Fucking weed.
It's such a weird. I know. What does Ramesu do at this? Essentially, a fanboy asking for an autograph.
I think Brandmaster just stares at him and then says something like, having his visage on the shield alone is enough. But he lays his hand upon the shield and pretends that something happens.
Awesome. I think he's like very excited and reverential at the thing, and kind of looks at the shield in a like sort of like this will protect me forever kind of feel to it, and like
Oh
kind of
boy.
yeah. Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
He's
fool's gonna
really
charge
gonna
into
die.
battle.
On the plus side, I mean, his shield is literally adorned with the god of death, so that's probably whatever. But yeah, which is adorned with the uh, pretends to do so. All right, so yeah, I think Kellius kind of lets you know. So, sorry we couldn't say we've had our people do regular patrol through the region, but so far we couldn't find much of anything. The Great Sphinx is as it always has been, um, a giant statue. So I don't think there's any truth to these rumors, but someone is killing all these, or at least something is making these people go missing or killing them or whatnot. And so far we haven't seen any uh, giant. So far we haven't seen any lions or leopards in the area who could be attributed to that. So I guess this one's up your alley.
Sounds like it. So
Mhm.
what can you tell us about the people who went missing?
Well, I think the villagers will have a better idea to tell you. We're not really the guards of the region. We're just the military like patrol in case against grave robbers. So we don't really know much of the people here, just stationed here. So yeah, I think that they're kind of like not the they're not the village guard. They're not. They're just military protection against the against thieves from attacking the pyramids. Their charge is to protect the graves, not the people that live here. And unfortunately, Sphinx not being a gravesite doesn't fall under that. So yeah, I think they kind of like they mention you to head into town and talk to the elder, the town elder. What's his name? I know I wrote it down, Niobe, and to get a good idea of what's going on. But yeah, that they're gonna head out on their patrols.
Well, shall we go find that elder then?
Lead the way.
Mhm.
Cool. So we're going to find the elder.
Hmm.
Hmm? What did you say? Sorry, I kind of missed that.
We're going to see the elder.
Oh, nice. All right. So the village is like essentially like there are like mud huts and stuff like that, but mostly the village is kind of like grown up in the ruins of these temples. So you can see like these temple sites that are like incomplete and broken. Like the village is kind of like situated like using those like construction structures as like the
Mm.
framework and like finishing up the rest of the wall. So there's like it's a very haphazardly created village. It's like mostly fisher folks, fishing. It's mostly a fishing village, like fishing in the like thingy on the river. But it's also like a tourist pilgrimage site because a lot of people come to the Great Pyramids and the Great Sphinx to, it is a icon of stuff. I need to remember what is its icon of. Oh, should I know I wrote it down. I know I wrote it down. I wrote it down somewhere. Dang it, I forgot where I wrote it down. Okay. Here. Um. Horus. Yeah. Sorry. It is an icon of Horus, the god of something. I should remember these things. What was Horus the god of? Uh. Uh. The the deity of Egypt. There we go. Yeah, the deity of Egypt. And yeah. So
Nope.
yeah. So cool. Um. So yeah, so like many people come to the Great Sphinx to kind of like some people consider the Great Sphinx as sort of like a protector of the pyramids. Some people consider it like a visage of the Horus. Some people consider it as like the visage of Osiris. That kind of stuff. It is gigantically old. It was built only 2,500 years ago. So casually very old. So like most of it's like why was it created? What was the original intent? Has kind of been lost to antiquity. So yeah, yeah. You guys head into the village, and yeah, I think like most of the people you did see like most of the people right now are like on the like on the in the markets, kind of like preparing their fishes for like traveling. There are considerably less people here than the like the Captain Kelly's suggested. It looks yeah. So yeah, there are like a few people like there are they're preparing the fish for delivery to the various other parts of the country and stuff or whatnot. So yeah, you can ask one of them for the directions to the elder's house, like if that's where you're heading, I guess.
Mm. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So yeah, they will tell you. Then we. Hey, nice. Someone drew the Eye of Horus. Good job, Flux. I'm so proud of you. I'll put it over there just because I can. All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they direct you to the house of the village elder Niobe. You can like yeah, the um old lady that kind of working on like kind of I think the old lady is kind of talking with like kind of heatedly talking like kind of in the middle of an argument as you like arrive with like a younger uh, person with a spear, not a sphere, a spear, the weapon, pointy stick weapon, spear, just like arguing a lot. And as the four of you arrive, the younger fellow kind of looks up. They're kind of like about Fermi's age, maybe a bit younger. Kind of like huffs and walks off. Like says, like you can hear the tail end of the conversation. Says, like the guy says, this is getting nowhere. I have I have work to do, and yeah, heads off in a huff. Do you do?
Hi, hello. Is
Oh,
there any
hello.
way we could ask where the town chief is?
Well, it's not really a town. It's more of a small fishing village, but I guess that would be me. I'm the village elder Niobe.
Oh,
This is like an old lady around like 60-ish, I guess, like pretty old, like you know, wrinkled skin, the works. Has a stick to lean on. Stick.
we are from Alexandria, and we were tasked to find what's happening with the missing people.
Oh, are you the team that Captain Kellios said will be arriving?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, we
that's
are.
good. Maybe you can find out a way to appease the Sphinx and prevent it from eating all of the villagers.
Why exactly is the Sphinx mad?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. The Sphinx is a supernatural animal,
Oh,
and it's asking. Well, it's definitely awakened from its slumber to ask people its riddle. The legend, and
mm-hmm.
so maybe I think the most reasonable assumption is that these poor villagers weren't able to answer the riddle and got taken.
Okay, so there are four villagers that is missing.
Oh, I said like yeah, I
Oh,
think like she said four, but yeah, like I think like we can establish the number as four. Yeah, yeah. I
okay.
didn't actually have a number in mind, but thank you for finally convincing me that it's four.
You said four.
Well, do you know where they went missing?
Uh, from near the Great Sphinx, from what we can tell.
Do you have the names of said people so we could, interview their families?
Yes. Okay. I think. Yeah. I think they do give you the name. The problem is that I didn't actually write down their names anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could generate the name, but I'm feeling too lazy. So what I'm going to say is that like two of them were like two of them were married who were both taken at once. So that's a sad thing. The one of them was like a tourist, and one of them does have family that you can find out in the
Stranger.
thingy.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Ah,
Husband and wife and.
husband and wife. One was a tourist on a pilgrimage. Well, not a tourist, a pilgrim. And
Mm-hmm.
another is a local, and will tell you the direction of their houses to like you can talk to their like family. Is there anything you want to ask Niobe, the village elder, specifically about?
Well, is there a specific area they went missing or time and date? Like,
That's a good question. Why don't you roll for that? Have the roll start.
that would be sharp, right?
Yes, you can do it. I believe in you.
5.
Okay, you can't do it. My belief was unfounded.
Darn.
All right. What happens then again? I need to check what happens. I forget. All right. On a miss, reveal some. Okay, you can still ask me one general question, but I can answer it as I wish. Awesome. And something bad will happen regardless. All right.
Well,
Yeah, but
I guess well, the general location is close the Sphinx, so I
Uh-huh.
guess time wise, which time does those people disappear? Would it be morning or evening
Hmm. Okay,
after?
so yeah, I think of the one was a children. One second. Yeah. Okay. Regarding time, I think Niobe is not really able to like provide you any conclusive answer. The pilgrim was like near the Great Sphinx for a while, so Niobe couldn't tell you. The husband and wife were reported missing in the morning, so like, and it was seen that their houses were left, the door was left open, so seemingly they like either left in the like somewhere before morning, either could be around like after like late night, like it's hard to tell. The and yeah, like she's just not really like able to give you much information regarding like anything that narrows the mystery into a particular time span.
Hmm.
So, what makes you think it's a Sphinx taking all these people?
I think like as you mentioned, like as you asked this question, uh there is like you all feel it like under your like like the ground is like very softly shakes, like a very brief tremor passes through the ground underneath you. And there was like in the distance from the direction of the Sphinx, there was these like very minor, like easily over, like they like show like sorry, they become loud for just like a like brief second and then are drowned out by the like the desert wind of like rocks rumbling. So like there a tremor associated with the sound of rumbling rocks. And like they don't last for too long, but I think Naobe says you felt that the ground shook, and as the Sphinx probably moved around to settle down in a better position.
Or it's just an earthquake?
And I need to look up. Wait, now I need to look up earthquake in ancient Egypt. I don't know why I did not search this. Oh gosh, interesting. Um, no. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there was a thing. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. Uh, no, that does not. Oh, okay, okay. All right. So yeah, I think like she mentioned that these are far too low intensity for an earthquake. Like we all remember there are legends of the god's hammer from 500 years ago. So yeah, I just quickly looked up. There was like a massive earthquake in Egypt around 600 BC. So yeah, I'm just using that in the story. So yeah, and this is nowhere like compared to that.
Well, earthquakes can come in varying strength, so Might still be one. I mean, I wanted to be a giant sphinx because that would be amazing, but I'm not really seeing much that's pointing in that direction. I mean, it's just the earth shaking. It doesn't mean that there's a sphinx walking around.
Then
We could
where
at
are all the
least
people going missing?
Well, that can have a lot of reasons. People kill people, or there's other things. Doesn't mean they've been eaten by a sphinx, but we can go check it out because I really, really, really wanted to be a giant sphinx.
we can at least roll it out by
Yeah,
investigating the Sphinx.
God. Can you imagine? That would be so amazing.
Oh,
Like, imagine if the sphinx was an actual living thing.
gosh.
You're telling me that the Sphinx is another being, not the Sphinx?
Who knows what it is?
Oh no. Oh no.
I guess we'll find out.
Oh
Hopefully.
no. Oh no. Alright, so yeah, what do you do? It's that.
So, do we first want to go check out where all those missing people lived, or do we want to go directly to the sphinx?
Which is closer?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm guessing it's the houses.
What? Yeah, like the houses are closer, definitely. Yep.
Well, I would assume that the husband and wife are out, and the tourist slash pilgrim um, doesn't even live here, so we should just go straight to the local's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
We
that
do that.
do it.
Yeah, we do it.
Do it. Okay, sorry, I was just doing some editing to the picture that I have as a thing. Yep, know me, know me. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just doing some changing to the monster picture that I have. Did I just do something? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you head to the uh, Maya isn't convinced and thinks it could be an earthquake, but also hopes that it's the Sphinx coming to life. All right. You head to the no. You already have a pet. You can't get another. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I I am making you very very sad, but this is yeah yeah. Alright. Okay, so you head to the house of um you know team leads Niobe and head to the house of uh missing person. You hmm, God, gosh dang it. All right. You arrive at like like um like a person kind of like preparing like fishes in in a in a like a earthen pot. for like tying it up, like tying up and preparing for like for selling and stuff like on the boat. So yeah, you arrive at their like yeah their place. They're kind of standing in front, like they're using like the fishes and tying them in a person. This is a woman, kind of older than older than about 40, mid 30ish, woman. Yeah, right. And they're doing that. Yeah, as you arrive and uh, are you pilgrims? Do you want some fresh fish? They're caught just this morning.
No, we're looking for information.
Off.
We heard that someone around here went missing.
Ah, all right. And when you say that, like they kind of they kind of pause and look at the four of you and why?
Well, we're investigating the whole thing, trying to find out what happened.
I know what happened. My son ran away to elope with that hussy from the next village.
Well, oh, oh, well, do you
Doesn't even
did
care
he?
of his old mother. Just leave me alone and just runs away.
So, so there was no Sphinx involved?
Look, it is strange that he left in the like in the evening. If anything, I would have thought he'd leave in the morning. Like that's what I did. Um, but that's still no way. That's still no excuse. That's
Do Do you have any proof that he eloped with the other girl?
well, I
Or
can't go. Like I'm not going to go find her. Like I'm not going to cross the 2-day journey to the next village to talk and find out if that's where my son is. I mean, if anything, he made up his mind. So I need to make a living here. This is
But
my
what,
own.
what makes you think that he eloped? Did he leave a letter or something?
No, but he has been talking about meeting this girl and moving there for a while now. So that's what I thought he did.
I mean, if he's open with you talking to you about, moving, he wouldn't just leave.
I,
Did he had a fight with you about the whole thing?
oh my gosh, are you? Is there a move like this? Wait. Is there a move for this? What are you doing?
I'm just generally asking if they
Okay.
had a fight, so that would, garner someone running away.
No, there was no fight, which is why it is strange that he just left. I know it feels strange, but that's what happened, right? I mean, it's not a sphinx walking around. That's impossible. No way Lord Horus is so mad at us to actually attack people.
I mean, who knows? Could be.
I mean, who could be, but maybe something else happened. We don't know for sure. That's why we're investigating. So, could you at least give us information so we could, you know, help
What what
if there's someone could find?
what what else do you want to know? I've already told you what I know. What else do you want me to tell you?
Was there anything weird when he left? Like, did anything happen before that or after that or even during that time?
He lived in the well he said he was going to go meet with one of the fishermen. One of the fishermen. Wait, let me get the name. I actually have a name for this. He said he went to go meet with one of the fishermen's Abasi, who was talking about some dead fishes in the evening when I was preparing dinner, and he never came back.
Dead fishes. We weren't told about dead floating fishes. I mean, dead fishes. There's no floating, right? Don't make that work.
There was. Wait, wait. Why are you here again?
We're investigating your son's disappearance.
Uh, okay. Why? Like we're just poor villagers. Just because my son went missing, nobody's going to come and look for them.
Oops,
Well, poor people have
I'm back.
gone,
Sorry.
and there's rumors that a Sphinx was involved, so that's why we're here.
So you came because there's a sphinx involved?
Yeah?
We were
Supposedly,
hired to
yes.
make sure there isn't a Sphinx involved.
All right. Hmm. I don't know when you left, Flux. You're going to have to tell us when you left.
I mean, it just after Jenny rolled the 5.
Oh, that
Oh,
was.
oh, that was actually quite a lot. All right. Um, okay. Um, Janine rolled a 5. Then asked about the timing of the missing 4 people. They didn't find out much. Um, but then, like the gang asked why uh, Niobe thinks it's a sphinx attacking. Then suddenly there was a brief tremor for a few seconds, as well as the sound of rocks rumbling in the distance along the direction of the Great Sphinx. And Niobe said the Great Sphinx is settling in to a more comfortable position, and that's obviously what's making the noises. The team is like Maya doesn't believe it and thinks it could just be an
Right.
earthquake. Um, the
You're
rest of
right.
you then heads to the house of the one of the missing was one of the missing people, and their mother, a woman in their late 30s, kind of meet you there, like preparing the fish for market. Who initially claims, initially says that uh, her son ran away to elope from some hussy 2 villages away. But then, like, you're now kind of like investigating like thing. Yeah, and like she's also kind of like asking why you're investigating, like because she's a poor villager, like far away from the cities, so like there's nobody to investigate disappearance of them. But then you guys said you're talking about the Sphinx, and that's why you're here, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I think um all right, I think like as you say that like you're not actually like here to kind of investigate like the missing kid, I think they're going to go on the defensive. And it's like, well, if you're here to find the Sphinx, then go find, go like look around there. Don't like bother me. You can already see I have my hands full with my son away. It's like I have to deal with this entire thing myself. So basically, unless like somebody tries to like persuade them to talk to you, they're probably gonna not be helpful anymore.
I mean, was she ever really helpful?
I don't know. I think you can like. I don't know. I don't think Maya can tell. Uh, is Gamila a people person? Can she tell when like people are like? Can she understand social cues? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay,
She's
good,
gonna say,
good. I think Gamila, you can definitely tell that this woman is definitely like very saddened at her son's like sudden disappearance and is like kind of clamming up out like as a result of that, not really thinking you're not here to actually help her, like kind of so what do you want to do, Camilla?
Gonna say, ma'am, we aren't here just because it's the Sphinx. We are also here because people are missing. Besides from the fact that there are talks about Sphinx. So could you just elaborate what happened that day so we could figure out what happened to your son? Or maybe we could find out what actually happened and not, assume that he just ran away. Maybe something happened and we don't know.
Well, roll to persuade. Let's see what the dice cards say.
Charm.
The dice card saying you will win.
Yeah,
What can I
that's a
say?
12.
The dice god says
What
you
can I
will.
say?
You just okay. I think when you like start like describing, I think her like she kind of like listens to you and then like hides a very like momentary sniffle. It's like, look, it has to be. Look, that's what. Look, I know what the village elder is saying. The Sphinx coming to life, and uh, Abasi and Tua, and they're all talking about the fish dying and small animals dying around here. And there's some sort of like talks of some plague spreading to the region. Uh, I have to believe that he ran away. That's the only belief that like because if he didn't, then he got attacked or killed, and I don't think I'm ready to accept that. So I want to believe that he ran away because in that way he's still alive to me, because otherwise I don't think I'm ready to accept that he's dead yet.
All right, we understand. Thank you for your cooperation, ma'am. We will be on our way then. If you have inquiries whether what happened to our investigation, you could call us.
There's no way to
Maybe
do that.
right up. Oh yeah, I know. I was thinking, great. I mean, we will
Contact
probably
us through the lucky, I guess.
to the Palakites or the
We have no Palakatite
town
here. There's
or
a
the
Palakatite down in
town.
Memphis, but
The town elder. The town elder.
Yeah, we'll tell the town elder what we found or learned.
if you if you do find him dead, could you try recovering his body, please?
Yes, we will.
Okay. If you want more information about the fishes and the small animals dying, try to find Abasi and Tua. They were the first to like see it.
Guess we're going to the fishery.
Yeah.
Hey. So I think you talk around and find out the team that's to you kind of like talk around a few and find out that uh, as the sun is kind of like leading into the horizon, and I guess you maybe like are you having like a lunch break maybe somewhere? There's fresh fish everywhere.
Yes,
And maybe
I.
maybe some of them might have been killed by some strange means, but don't worry about it, I'm sure it's not poison.
Okay.
More reason not to eat the fish.
No, he's talking about Cloud Doggo.
What? No. No, I'm literally saying that you guys just found out that fishes and small animals have been like reported
Dying.
dying.
Yeah, I'm appeasing Gamila's mind. No, it's got Cloud Dog will probably kill the fishes.
Yeah,
Don't mind it.
yeah. Don't mind
No.
it. Don't mind it. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So I think like you can like definitely meet like, oh, let's say like you guys wait for a while. They were out on their boat and they kind of return. And yeah, I think like you can all meet them at like the inn. Like the inn is literally just like a very like small, like it's not nothing compared to the like the Poseidon's bowl. It's like literally one story. It's one of those. The inn is literally like here, like this place on the yeah. So yeah, it's just there's rocks, like old temple rocks all around you, and there's just like mats. Like there's bowls, like you just take a bowl, sit on the floor, and eat. There's no table chairs. Like forget all of those amenities. You just get food. But yeah, so yeah, I think like the Abasi and two are kind of like eating when you could also like sit next to them and eat if you want to. What do you do?
I mean, we wanted to go to talk to those fishermen, right?
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, they're eating on the ground, like when you approach them all. Do you,
Nee, just asking. They're eating because of like this is where all the food gets handed out, right?
yeah, it's just handed out. They took there, went to
Hmm.
sit in one
Can they not
corner.
prepare it themselves? I guess. Does nobody here know how to prepare the food by themselves?
You can ask them that if you're really curious.
That's gonna be awkward, but I'll just weave into that when Maya asks.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, we also always go eat lunch somewhere else, so
Yeah. Like, do
maybe we
you
It's
judge
also
other
like?
people for that.
Yeah. Question. Do you also eat like lunch at this basically like a very bad inn or like? Okay, the food isn't awful. It's just the it doesn't compare with Poseidon's bowl, is what I'm saying. It's bad. It's good for this village. The village is quite poor, as you can tell.
So they only get one circle on the Yelp rating.
Yeah, they surely do.
It's an old pilgrimage site that's essentially like underused and fallen into disrepair. So not great. Everything changed when the capital city changed from Memphis to Alexandria. All right. So yeah, what do you do? Like, are you also like joining them?
Yeah.
I suppose.
All right. Eat at the village inn. The team joins them. All right. Yeah, I think like they kind of notice you sit next to them, and it's like, uh, hello, you're the newcomers people have been talking about, right? Here to deal with our Sphinx?
That's us. And you're the ones who discover the dead fish?
Yes, we saw them first. Don't worry about these fishes, though. They kind of point to the fishes. We ensured to go out into the main river to get some alive fishes. Like these are not dead, so don't worry about these.
Main river? Where were you fishing then?
Just this tributary right here. That's where the dead fishes were. We used to fish from the bank next to one of those papyrus reed reeds, and then a few days ago, let's say how long was ago, Tua? It was like 8 days. Yes, around that time, 7 8 days ago. We saw like dozens and dozens of fish just rising to the surface, dead, and we immediately thought there was some sort of poison or something, and
Mm.
so we like tried to pick up all the dead fishes and like got rid of them, but then more fish kept dying around here, so we ended up having to use uh, boats to go out into the main Nile River to get fresh fishes now, which, well, it takes more time now since we have to go to the middle of the to get far enough away where we think the poison hasn't reached yet.
Is it?
All right.
Okay, this is a bit petty on my part, but isn't fish fresh fish? Fishes is when you just like actually refer to a lot of species. Just but if you're just referring to a lot of fish in general, you can just say fish.
Semantics aside, the plural of fish is fishes, and so
Yeah, but in a
I'm going to
scientific
use.
context, in a scientific
We're clearly not talking about scientific context, but yes, like
yeah,
come on,
exactly.
man,
Which is just you just say fish, just
it's just
to make
language.
it
What are
easier
we?
for yourself.
Who cares?
I'm not
I
gonna say
care.
fish.
Okay,
Oh, okay, you can care about it. I'm actually glad that you care about grammar that much. I can relate. I'm still gonna say fishes because it's a valid plural, by the way. But yeah, like
invalid in some context.
I know that the plural of some words have both the singular and plural version. I just don't understand the ruling in that, so I just don't bother. But yeah, anyway, that is nowhere related to this. So what do you say to these guys? I guess
Well, do you have any idea what killed those fish?
no, but whatever it is, it has to be related to the deaths of the small animals.
Okay.
Death of the
Some
small
of them?
animals. Which kind of animals are you referring
Well,
to?
we've spotted like lizards, like lizards, those like small animals, like no birds yet. I think the birds can fly, that's why they can get away of the poison, I guess. I don't know, or maybe it's not airborne. I don't know. um but we've seen smaller rats, frogs, uh snakes, that kind of.
So
Yeah,
are they alive then?
are they what?
Are they alive? Did you find any like dead carcasses of those animals?
Wait, what?
Uh,
Sorry, what?
uh,
I mean, did you find any dead snakes or frogs or anything of the like?
Well, not. Yes, I that's what we said. We like after we
Oh,
were yes, once we like noticed the fishes were dying, some other people also started noticing the lizards and other smaller animals. It's always small animals, not any of the bigger like cobras or anything, just the smaller snakes, those that
oh,
aren't even venomous.
any indication of how they died? Like they unscathed? They just dropped down and died, kind of scenario.
We just found their bodies. We don't know how they died.
Oh no, no bite marks, wounds,
Not not
any
not that
external indications.
not that we can see. I actually realized that I wrote down a name of the missing person whose mother you talked to. The name was
Hmm,
Phil. Phyllis. Their name was Phyllis. Okay, the name was
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we talked to the mother of Phyllis,
Yeah.
and they
Phyllis is the one who actually noticed that the small animals were also dying. He was supposed to meet us on the night he disappeared, but he never showed up. We were supposed to meet at the side of the river and try to figure out what was going on, but he never showed up. We waited until late at night. Then we went to go talk to his mother and found out his mother said he eloped, which doesn't make sense. He said he was going to meet us.
Do we have a map
Like you can.
in game?
Oh,
In game.
in game. I don't think so, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Wait.
just gonna ask them.
Does Maya has preparedness? You can roll for that. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Like I think the map is something unusual. That's not something you often have. So yeah, roll a preparedness. Let's see if you have something. If you want it.
Oh, that's sharp.
Yeah,
Okay.
scratch my head a lot.
Yeah, I have a map.
Nice, you have a map. Woohoo!
Nice.
I have it right here and now.
Nice. You have a map of the area. Brilliant. I love preparedness. It's so great. The expert is like, of course I prepared a map. What? You think I'm not an
Yeah.
expert?
You think I would go somewhere new without a map?
It's so perfect. Such an expert move.
Yeah. Basically, Gamila's just gonna look whether how far is the fisherman embarkment they are talking about to the guy's house.
Yeah, it's not too far. Like, yeah,
And
like the guy's house is probably like here-ish, and they mentioned like meeting near the riverbank like here-ish. So it's like literally not too far, like a few hundred meters.
few hundred meters. And
There are
could
like
you
there are
ping
like
that again? I didn't see it.
yeah, like they were going to meet like
That.
around here-ish, and the guy's house is kind of here-ish, like underneath
Oh
this,
gosh.
yeah, shade, I guess.
There's no specific road. No.
Yeah.
I didn't take any specific road. That's too close.
Dead small animals, yay. Uh, Alright, so yeah, any questions you have for these guys further?
Is the fishes is in the riverbank still dying?
Out in the river, no, it looks like this is mostly like in the riverbank around here. If you go like a bit farther towards the connection to the main river, it's still like the fishes are still there.
So it's that is right in front of the Sphinx if you look at the picture.
I know.
Did we find out um, who the missing boy spoke to?
Uh, the missing boy was going to speak to these two fishermen like at night to like come up with a plan for like yeah, they just said that, but they're like, but he never showed up.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that's what we learned. Okay.
Yeah. They told you about that, and they said that they went to go, like they waited for a few hours, then went to go to his house, and when they went there, their like Phyllis's mother said that he eloped, which makes no sense to them, but you know, like that, like she looked like his mother looked like she was like on the verge of tears, so we kind of left her alone. We didn't argue. Think he might be. Yeah, that's when we also reported him missing to the elder Niobe.
Mhm. And he
I
went
can't.
missing at night. Sorry,
Yeah, I
go on.
can't think of anything else to ask.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me neither.
All right.
I guess next will be the husband and wife house.
Sure. Like, yeah. I think you finished your lunch. It is obviously a late lunch, around like 4 p.m. ish. So yeah, you
Mm.
head to the husband and wife's house, which has been which is alone, which is which is deserted. There are still their items inside, but nobody has moved in or did anything so far. Like, obviously, if people go missing, there's some sort of procedure. Obviously, generally people just leave the house as is, in case they return. Like, so far, they're unless they're reported dead. Like, if they're dead, then it's taken by the people around. So yeah. So right now it's still everything is still there.
Should we investigate the house? Maybe find something in there. They both went missing.
Sure.
To look through the uh, deserted house of the couple. All right. Yeah. I think as you're entering the house, the man you saw earlier arguing with the village elder comes running. The one with the spear. I keep saying spear. Spear comes running,
Mm.
and yeah, I said, wait. What are you doing? This house is kept protected in case the occupants come back.
Oh, we're not going to take anything. We're just gonna investigate.
Investigate. What are you investigating?
They're missing?
We might find any leads that could point to where they were whereabouts.
Okay. Well, I know where they went, but sure, you can look in the house, I guess.
Oh, where did they
Yeah.
go?
They went towards the Great Pyramids.
And nobody thought to ask them why.
It's not that odd. People go to the Great Pyramids to pay respect to the old kings of the old,
Mm.
pray for a better harvest and better uh, fishing. It's not
But
that
they
strange.
never came back.
They never came back. No,
Mm-hmm.
I saw them leave, head towards the pyramid myself in my patrols around the village, but they never came back. My name is Baniti. By the way, I'm the I'm the guard, I guess, lone guard of this village. Try my best to keep everyone safe and fail miserably to keep people safe. You are?
Sorry. Oh, could you repeat that? You cut
Like,
out.
he's kind of asking your introductions, I guess, like your names and stuff like that.
Fermi of Alexandria. He nods.
Camilla,
Fermi nods.
from also from Alexandria.
Well, I'm Maya, not originally from Alexandria, but living there now.
And
I
you have
guess.
a resident wolf. Resident death wolf.
I guess Front Message just looks at him and says, "If you haven't realized, we've been hired to investigate the missing people from this town."
Yes, I can guess that Callius was talking about some people coming in. Uh, I guess I noticed you heading to Elder Niobe. I was just very you caught me at a bad time there, so I had to like I otherwise I would have talked with you back then. I just think so. What did you find? Like, I heard you've been talking around. Okay, sorry. That was the last time, I think. I don't think like there's going to be any mention of him, so don't worry about it. I'm sorry. Two people can have the same name. It's not weird.
I know. It's just every time, like, oh, Kelly's where? And then he's not there.
I know.
Bruh.
But no,
So far we haven't had any leads, so we're still investigating.
did you hear of the? Did you talk with Abasi and Tua about the dead animals?
Yes,
Do you
we
think?
haven't gone to the place yet. We will later, I guess.
Do you think these two could be related? The missing people and the dead animals?
Well, it's too early to say. Maybe.
Like as you're talking, there's another tremor and rocks rumble sounds coming from the like the direction of the Sphinx, and like it again. This only lasts for like 2-3 seconds, then it like completely goes away, and it's like those blasted tremors.
Since when have those tremors been happening?
A week or so.
And this is also the first time that people started disappearing?
I I guess. Well, the first person disappeared 5 days ago, but maybe this is related to that also. Do you think?
We don't know. We're just investigating everything at the moment.
Well, aren't you four supposed to be some sort of experts in strange things, as the captain said? I thought you like that's why.
Hey, now, we just got here. Give us some time, okay? I mean, you've had a whole week to find out what everything means, and you've got nothing.
Well, I'm not an expert. I just somebody has to step up when the lions and leopards attack, and I
Okay.
Yes, and we're the experts, and we are here, and we're trying to work this out. So let us do our job.
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh
Yamila, were you like going to say something? Sorry, I just like I
no,
okay.
just just baiting. Well, just looking at Nadine. I mean Maya and that dude. If they're gonna fight it out, like
No, nope,
we're just waiting.
that dude is kind of taken aback and is like, no, no, you're right. You're the expert. I'll get out of your hair. And yeah, he's kind of like, I have to go like patrol anyway. Uh, sorry, kind of walks off.
So I guess we're going inside the house. Awkwardly saying that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ramesh
What
is
do we
just
see inside the
gonna.
house? Yep. Ramesu.
I was just gonna look for like a piece of clothing from both the husband and wife
Yeah, yeah,
to use as like.
there's like their like clothing left. Like yeah, it looked like like they like they did not leave with the intention of leaving. They did leave with the intention of coming back. So there are their clothing and stuff are here.
I'm gonna use it as a means to like track their smell.
Do it,
So,
do it.
uh, I'll just carry it around with me until the point where we're
Oh gosh.
searching for the missing people.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. Just to take the clothing of pieces of clothing of these two missing people. They're not using it.
Just one article each, and just put it in my bag or something.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just wear it as a headband. Okay.
There you go. I'll just wear it as coverings.
No, yeah, you do have a bag. Like, if you want a bag, you can have a bag. It's not that. No, I'm not gonna say you don't have a bag. All right. Okay. In the house, Ramesu grabs some clothing from the clothing of couple to use to find their trail later, if possible. All right. What else are you doing? What else are you doing in the house?
I guess generally investigation. Maybe. Hmm,
Mm,
what does exactly the husband and wife do for a living?
they're also fisher people.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, there's like supplies. You can see like these two have like net, like the fishing net on the wall, and there's like some like those fishing hooks with yeah, fishing rods. The words fishing rods. Yeah, stuff like
Yeah.
those kind of stuff are here. There's a cat.
I
Just
get.
there's a cat just like sitting there, like, yeah, just just randomly, like, like sitting there, kind of watches you as you enter, like in a very cat-like manner. Just watches you
Ah.
as you kind of go around. As Ramesu takes the two clothing, it kind of meows but doesn't like protest or anything, just like meow, as in like, I know, I can see you doing that. Like, that's all, like, just a random meow. You know what cats do, they just like watch you and then just randomly makes a meow. Usual cat-like behavior.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Uh, just Jamila just gonna do the ICU cat. I like if something happens, I will look for you. Just joking to herself.
Yeah, I think like the cat kind of also looks at Gamela kind of doing that, and just like the cat also kind of like stares at you, because that's what cats do, just stare at you without blinking forever. Okay, cats are not creepy. What are you talking about? Anyway, moving on. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what do you do at the house? Like, are you investigating? Then like whoever's investigating gets to roll, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Maybe try to find out if there was like a reason they went to the pyramids.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Give me a roll. Let's see what happens.
Mm.
Oh, nice. General question. Hit me.
Well, yeah. Can I find anything
Yeah,
that will point
yeah,
to a reason
yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
exactly?
I think like you do see like there's there's like I think you find like in there like those earthen bowls that like they keep the fishes. Um, like there's like two of them, like there's one kind of marked with like for garbage, and the other marked okay, like the symbols. And if you like look into it, the on the garbage there are definitely like rotting fishes, but in the other one it's like like comparatively, like there's no fishes right now, but like there were two different piles. So from what you can gather is that they went to pray to the pyramid, the gods of the old kingdom, the old pharaohs, to kind of bless them and to not have the fishes die, sort of. They went to kind of pray to the pharaohs so that they wouldn't have like dead fishes and stuff.
Okay.
How did that work out for them?
So yeah, I think Maya is definitely the only one who can like do a Sherlock scan around the room and kind of analyzes. There's
Mm-mm.
like that. There's the waste fishes. There's the good fishes. Both of them are empty. Have been emptied out since then. And yeah, like you can definitely see like other like things like articles of like clothing and other stuff and kind of piece together like this is kind of what happened probably. Like you can like do like a decent amount of like assumption, like reasonably educated assumption that this is what happened probably.
Mm. Anyone else want to do anything?
No.
Nope.
I think by the time you exit the house, it's like darkness has like the sun has gone down, so it's still like dusky, but the night is coming. So yeah, as you leave the house, there's again that tremor in the ground with the rocks rumbling. This time it's like this time it happens a bit longer, like 5 seconds. Usually it was like 2 3 seconds. Now it happens like 5 seconds, but then it immediately dies down again. What do you do?
Is this approaching dusk, or has it already been already
It
nighttime?
doesn't seem like the there's no change in the sound level or the noise level other than your own positional changes. It is definitely coming from towards the Sphinx, but it doesn't. There's no change in volume as far as you can tell.
Hmm. Weirder still.
So what's the plan? We went here. So far, the only thing we haven't gone to is the Sphinx itself and the riverbank with dead fishes.
Yeah. I mean, do we think we can check those things out before it gets too dark to see anything?
Where exactly? The fish or the Sphinx?
Either of those. What can we
Either.
do before it gets too dark?
Um, Either of those.
I mean, I don't know how far away the Sphinx is.
It's like yeah,
It's
yeah, you're halfway between like the Sphinx and the riverbank. Like
well. The question is whether there will be people in this time of night in the riverbank or the
yeah,
Sphinx.
yeah. There will be people in this time, like near the riverbank. People are like from what you heard from the small talk around the inn that people are avoiding the Sphinx for the moment is because it's attacking
Oh,
people. That's the rumor goes. So you can be sure that the Great Sphinx is likely to be like free of people.
well, we could just go to the fishery and then challenge the Sphinx in the middle of the night as we go there. I mean, the other dude went missing at night. So there's that. So I guess we're going to the fishery because no one's in the Sphinx, as I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait.
All right, so
Fishery it is.
you're heading to the riverbank. Nice, nice, nice. the former fishing locations of the peoples. Words tremors with rumbling sound of the direction of the Sphinx. Um, Stuff. Nice. Okay, so the team heads to the riverbank. Okay, so as you arrive to the riverbank, the first thing you see is that there are boats are fishing boats are coming in from the main river, and there are people on the shoreline kind of waiting for them. You can easily ask one of them for the locations. You can also see Abasi and Tua there also working there. You can ask one of them for the location of their where they were working, and they were ah. Anyway, so you head there. Yeah, it's the riverbank. The usual. It's a river.
Mm.
That's tributary. The there's it's much calmer than the Nile, but yeah, it is connected. There is a flow. So yeah.
Then I think we're heading to Tua and Abasi just to ask questions.
Okay. All right, Gamela, you head to them first. What do you
Ye-
ask them? They're
Yeah.
working. They're kind of helping unload fishes from other other boats. They can
Yeah.
talk to you. Yeah, they can talk to you for doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask. We talked this afternoon. We're just wondering where is the exact area where the fish start floating dead.
Oh yeah, we noticed them right over here. They kind of point. They're working here in this small island area. They do point you over there. Yeah, that's where we used to kind of we used to fish from, but now not anymore. So we kind of have to help each other unload each other's fishes.
Okay. Go. I go to the group and say, "There, the floating dead fishes is about right there, that area."
Hmm. So like we're standing at the lake right now, right?
Right, the lake. Yes. Yep.
Oh, I found another
All right. So I kind of like go up to Maya. Maya, I'm gonna need to borrow that sword for a bit, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to tarnish it for testing purposes.
What?
Is
Wait,
that alright?
you need to borrow one?
Your sword. I'm
Sure.
gonna I'm
Not
I'm
like
gonna dip
I'm using it.
need. So the plan is that for me is just gonna dip the sword into water. If the sword comes up as like tarnished, that means it's like kind of so the waters are definitely poison.
Yeah, that's meta knowledge.
What is it really? I thought that there was knowledge that can be like known in these times.
I
Uh,
mean, he works in a blacksmithing shop.
True, but I don't know. Can you find evidence of this? I can't. I don't know. I think
I
we'll
mean,
leave that to player. Yeah, instead of finding evidence, let's leave it to democracy. What do
Mm.
players think?
yeah, I mean, I
I
think
think
you
it's
would
kind of meta,
know.
but I think it's kind of meta, so probably not allowed. What do the others think? But Flux obviously thinks yes. What do you?
I don't think it's really meta knowledge. As someone who works with weapons, he would know that meta reacts to things.
One more thing. I'm pretty sure nobility uses silver spoons and fork to make sure there's no poison, so people would know.
Ah, That convinced me. All right, the democracy has.
Apparently, it's like it's a Chinese dynasty thing. So
Oh,
definitely, it's definitely in the era that we are in.
Democracy has prevailed, and to quote Daddy Palpy, I love democracy. So yeah, you can have to your silver sword, Dad. God damn it! He dips it in the water. um, I don't know what's supposed to happen, but like nothing
It's
happens.
supposed to it's supposed to turn black if it's poison. If the water
yeah,
is poison.
or
Um,
violet, or I forgot what color is.
nothing
Just
changes.
tarnished. Just at least look tarnished.
Should it
Nothing happens.
react to the okay? Should it react to the regular amount of detritus in a water, like fallen leaves, dead fish, that sort of stuff? Like even if there's not poison, like it,
No, I
it
mean
only
like
works to
even
like
it can
very
tarnish like
it
even
works.
if like there's like a lot of sulfite in the water. There's I'm just seeing like how quickly it can tarnish the sword. If it tarnishes super quickly, that means it's absolutely like 100% poison.
I don't know what
Um,
usually happens if you dip it in like a swampy water, but whatever would have happened if you dip it in regular swampy water happens.
So no
So
poison.
nothing, no poison
yeah.
then.
Yeah, I searched it up. It only works if the poison was sulfur base.
Ah,
Silver will tarnish.
okay. To check if there was any sulfur-based poison. All right, that's cool. I like that. I like that. Thank you. I'm gonna put the sulfur-based inside brackets because you would only know it as poison. But yeah, it doesn't appear to be there's any like poison. Not no dice.
Weird.
Like currently, you don't see any like dead fishes, but you also don't see any live fishes. You don't. In fact, you don't see any like fishes in your near vicinity in this area.
Oh,
Which is weird because on the way here you definitely saw fishes in the water,
yeah.
which you can't see here.
And I guess, I mean, if one says it's poison, the poison will spread throughout the river banks. So that's weird. This is a specific area, or there's something underneath this uh area in the lake. Something fell down.
Okay,
Well, we can at least rule out poison for now.
Mhm.
so what do you do?
I think we go to the Sphinx.
Would I be able to sense if there's magic at work?
Ooh, that's a good question. Does Maya have like magic sensing? I think you have to actively like test for that magic, right? With a use magic spell or something.
Yeah, I can do that too.
All right, sure. Try to test for magic. Yeah. Maya does a magic sensing spell. See if any magic was done. Very nice. You're essentially doing that awesome move from Spellslinger. Like it has a like great name, forensic divination. Yeah, I love that name. It's
Oh,
such a great name.
nice.
It's just like such a badass name. Just like yes, yes.
Forensic divination.
Yeah, it's such a great name. It probably doesn't do anything like weird. It just gives you uh like one extra question to ask in a like investigate a mystery role. But it's such a great name. It's like when I hear that name, I'm like, yes, I want it. It's such a great name. But all right, okay, you do succeed in that. So let's look at your big magic. use magic options. Yeah, choose an effect and a glitch. Go for it.
I mean, I want to know if I can sense any magic.
Nice. That's a good question. And the glitch.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, glitches time.
Glitches!
Yeah.
Yay! Glitches!
It's always so hard to choose a glitch.
Snitches get glitches.
So what now?
Which,
It's a play on the phrase called snitches get stitches.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, let's just say it has a problematic side effect.
Oh no. Oh no.
oh no!
Oh
You
yeah.
curse the fishes.
Oh my gosh.
There
Okay.
was no magic before, but now there is.
Yeah. I think um on the plus side, you did choose problematic side effect, but not draws immediate and unwelcome attention. So that's good. So whatever you do, it's not going to draw attention from the people here and freak them out. Okay. There is definitely a trace of magic, but like it's not usual magic. It's not like a spell was done here. It's like some effect, like some sort of effect that's not from a spell, like not a spell effect. Like spell has specific signatures of like you can detect like kind of the idea of what was used or what kind of spell was used. This doesn't have that. This is kind of like a different magic of its own. So
Okay.
there is definitely magic done here, but it wasn't like it wasn't a spell. Uh, yeah, I think the glitch is that the problematic side effect is that um okay problematic side effect weirdness. I need weirdness, just genuine weirdness. No, it's not walking fishes. No, no, no,
Aww.
no. Okay. Problematic side effect. I got it. Ramesu, you fill the area with the smell of rotting fish, which is very very gross and disgusting. Ramesu, you're like hit the worst. It's not a harm. It's just that you get kind of sensory overload as you smell this very bad rotting fish, like everywhere, just everywhere.
Well, I can tell this is going.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah. She successfully finds traces of a magic which wasn't a spell but something else. But she also accidentally spreads the smell of rotting fish everywhere. Yay, rotting fish. Okay, so you guys are moving on quickly escaping the scene and the very bad smell.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, nice. All right, so where do you go? Definitely, darkness has definitely fallen as you kind of like move away from there. There is again the tremor. This one lasts a bit longer, 8 seconds or so.
Well, should we go check out the Sphinx now?
I guess that's all that's left.
Boy, I sure hope we find something there.
What? Sorry.
We're going to the Sphinx.
Nice. Okay. Very nice. The team heads to the Sphinx. Nice. Okay. Let me actually mark some things because something has already happened on the countdown. Oh no, the countdown. Okay. All right, let me mark that. This guy just freaking. All right. Okay. Yeah. You like arrive to the Sphinx. Let me give you a picture of the Sphinx. Let's delete this picture of the village and give you like a cool picture of the very colorful Sphinx. It is. It is very colorful. It's very rad and cool, and it is definitely not look like the very bad situation it is in modern times. Like the face is all red, the headdress is like blue, the the nose is still intact. There's a like a statue of one of the old pharaohs down there. There's also like a giant stone tablet with uh like large like inscriptions on it and stuff at between the legs. Yeah, it's very cool and colorful and awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Sphinx. Like it's very almost garishly colored. You can definitely tell that back in the day it was like very garishly colored, like red face, blue, like blue and yellow headdress, uh then like but like remainders of colors all over the body. But like Maya at least is aware that the Sphinx was like taken by the desert multiple times and rediscovered and re-excavated out. So a lot of the old there was a restoration attempt a few hundred years ago, but that hasn't stuck, obviously, because the desert sand is continuously trying to claim it. So yeah, this is the, this is the Sphinx. It's very cool. It's very rad. Let's actually make that tiny and let's make that big. The big Sphinx boy. All right, let's go. All right. So yeah, what do you do?
I think Remesu will start investigating if he can sense the missing couple based on from
Oh,
the clothing he's gathered.
oh, that's good. That's very good. I think as you arrive, like you go to smell it. You don't like you don't even have to like you go to smell the clothing, but and your nose is still kind of filled with like the rotting fish smell. So you don't actually notice this until you get much closer, like in front of like the legs. But like as you eventually like the rotting fish smell dissipates and you smell clearly again, there is a distinct smell of fresh blood, human, fresh human blood, the distinct metallic smell. What do you do?
Need some Danganronpa music on right now.
Da 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 da
Not.
Uh,
da da da
I'll,
da
I'll try
da
to find
da.
the source of smell.
Okay, all right. Uh, you you go around like yeah, you go around like the side of the Sphinx, like around here-ish, and oh, I don't even know how that is. Anyway, yeah, like around here-ish, and like behind, like there are a few like rocks everywhere, like because it's like a quarry of sort. It's a limestone quarry, like where the Sphinx is situated. So yeah, like there's like the rock walls on this side as well, like and you as you kind of corner a rock wall, there is this there is this splatter of blood on the ground, seeping into the desert sand. Human blood, fresh. There's no body,
Oh. Ah.
but there is a trail of the like the blood kind of like going like a few feet towards the backside of the Sphinx, but before it, like the trail vanishes. This is a very very fresh kill. You can definitely tell, like with your like high senses. You can definitely, like if you like, are you turning your nose into like the jackal nose?
Yes.
Nice. You can definitely tell that this kill was done like about like 10 minutes ago or so, like around the time when the last, pretty much the same time when the last tremor struck.
Oh no.
Well, I'll definitely let the group know that the tremors are connected to the most recent kill.
You yeah. So what do you do?
So I found the blood,
Hmm.
but I don't know where it came from, or I don't see anything else nearby.
Ooh, investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Let's see if you find something cool, or literally create clues into existence. Okay. What's your general question?
Is there any evidence nearby
Yes, you find
connected to the blood?
you find a familiar looking spear, like
I
cracked in half, like amidst the sand, blade sticking out, and you kind of
definitely
reach it
called
out,
this.
and yeah, it is the spear of the village guard Baniti whom you talked with earlier.
I feel like there should be a soundboard of the discovered body sound.
I don't even know what you're saying, but sure.
Damn it! Nobody here played Danganronpa.
I don't even
Just
know what
me.
that is.
Wow.
Like, thank you for telling me that's a game, because I didn't know what it was. It could easily have been a manga or an anime, and now I know it's a game. Okay.
I mean, it has been adapted to the anime, but the anime is terrible. So just play the game.
So, um, I'm not gonna say that I was thinking, like when I created my countdown, I was thinking of this exact meme, like when I was writing this step down. But I am insinuating that this is what happened. So yeah, Ramesu find the broken spear of Vanity. Oh no. Yeah, alright. What do you all do? Dang it, now the music is playing in my head. Ask, what did you do? Why?
Sorry. I love that song so much.
It's
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
love it, and I hate it that I love it, and I love that I hate it. It's such a weird. It's my answer to every meme. It's just like, why, but then also why not? Alright. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, and unless someone else has something, I'm
Do you want to trail? Like, do you want to follow the trail?
yeah. I mean, I assume that that's what we do.
Nice.
I guess that'll be the last thing we do, right?
Like, are we like thinking about like stopping for this session? Which is fine. Like, this is a good point to stop if we want to stop. Like, we can also keep going. Like, it's up to you. Like,
Yeah, I think Oscar probably has to leave, right?
right?
Yeah, I have to leave in 2
Okay, yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like we'll stop. This is a great spot. I think like as you kind of realize the spear, and all of you kind of notice something killed Vanity. Just left this no remnants of his body, just this blood splatter. which trails a little bit towards the back of the. Dang it, Maya, stop being so objective. Like, we all know that humans are literal walking flesh bags. You don't have to rub it in.
No, but honestly, like, what kind of idiot knows that weird shit is happening there and goes alone to investigate?
Well, I
It's
mean,
his job.
someone basically told him that he wasn't doing a good job.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Someone did tell him that
uh,
he was.
No,
I didn't want to be the one to say that. Thank you,
you
Os,
put
for
us,
taking the
you put
responsibility.
us on blast for not already having solved this after having been there for like 2 hours or so.
you've been here a whole week and still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, but he started it. I did not just tell him that to be mean, but he was literally like, "Hey, you've been here for 2 hours and you haven't solved this thing yet." So
You're
he
like
started.
dumbass civilian.
Oh my god, did you seriously just call him dead weight again? Call
Yes,
a
pretty
guard dead
much.
weight?
No, I didn't.
You
No,
sent him
but
to
that
his
pretty much what
death.
happened. That pretty much what happened.
you, you
Maya, you got blood on your hands.
Oh, Maya
No,
has
I
so
don't.
much blood
I
on
don't
her hands.
care. But honestly, I don't see this as my fault.
Hold on, let me just look this up.
Ramesu, I think Maya is trying to take your spot as being the most vicious in the team. I love it. All right.
Like,
Okay.
honestly, it was not a thing of you're useless, you should have solved this by now, but more of you expect us to solve this within a couple of hours when you haven't been able to solve it in a whole week?
Gosh. All right. Anyway, okay. So Bonnet is dead. Good news. Let's do. Oh my God! Why? Why are you
Oh my god,
doing?
okay, huh.
I've actually
Okay,
seen that
this
whole video. It's hilarious and amazing, and definitely not that trance music that the meme is associated with. It's like something else. But anyway,
is
for
there just
anyway, all right.
so
Oh, sorry. Go on.
those dancing coffin? Did they ever, accidentally drop the coffin?
They're professionals. They get hired to do it. So I
Yeah.
assume that yeah,
I,
not
yeah, I assume they practice practice this thing with empty coffin filled with I don't know bricks or something.
yeah, and
I'm gonna look.
I think it's generational too. Like
Oh.
they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing, which is really cool. I like it. It's like honestly, I think it's a great thing to uh like celebrate the memory of the dead. I think that's like a great way of doing it. Like, sure, you're supposed to be sad about it, but the way they take it is honestly not like something that I've seen, and that's kind of refreshing. Anyway, end of session time. Yay! So we kind of leave you all kind of staring at this blood splatter and realizing. So yeah, okay, Maya doesn't care that he's dead, but I'm sure Maya cares about the thing that caused this kind of a violent death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That yeah, I know Flux. That yeah, that did not seem villainous at all. What are you talking about? Anyway. Alright, so did we conclude the current mystery? No. Did we save someone from certain death? No, we led someone to certain death.
I
did
mean,
did we
I'm
learn
saying
something?
it again. It's not our fault.
Sure. Okay, did we learn something new and important about the world? Did we? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Maybe? No?
Yes, Rameso doesn't want to shave.
Oh gosh.
You know what? I'm not gonna get. I'm sorry, I'm not going to accept that, but sure. Okay, so for the first time, we actually don't have any end of session experience. Wow, I'm honestly genuinely impressed. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the start of this mystery. I could tell you the name of the mystery and make you all groan now, or I could do it next session. When do you want it?
I mean, you should probably do it now because if you tell us next session, we're not gonna play it at all
Okay. All right.
because we're
So
gonna be too angry.
okay. The name of the mystery is Rumble in the Sphinx.
I don't get it any. I don't see the pun. You
Yeah, I know.
failed on this one.
I know. Did someone else gets it or
Rubble in the sphere.
Rumble
in
in the
the sphere.
Bronx.
yes?
Huh.
Yes. I said it.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
it's a terrible pun. And Rumble in the Bronx is a Jackie Chan movie, which is very like it has the typical Jackie Chan Hollywood iconic crazy Jackiness.
Excuse me, it's not Hollywood. Hollywood will never let Jackie Chan be at his full potential.
Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, it wasn't. Oh no, it's not Hollywood. Sorry, it was only translated into English. It's one of the few things that was translated. Right, right. Yeah, it's not Hollywood. It's definitely too crazy for that. Definitely has that whole crazy vibe to it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
It's action comedy, man. You can't fight action comedy.
Yeah. Jackie Jackie Chan does the best action comedy. I will fight you over this. Like, yeah.
Actually, no. There's like he draws inspiration from another classic action comedy. I don't remember, but it's like something like Charlie Chaplin and the Three
Oh yeah.
Stooges.
Oh yeah, Charlie Chaplin. It's great. It's freaking great. Anyway,
Mhm.
so yeah, no XP for anyone. So yeah, no weird level ups or other nonsense like that. But yeah, cool. That's it for this mystery. Mystery number 6. I know Nadine's been unusually quiet, which means she get the pun and she's just like angrily like shaking her fist
No,
at me.
no. There have been worse puns.
Okay, that's true. Look, I can't reach Aelus's level. Okay, I try, but I can't do that. Like he's just too much of a god for me to even attempt. But I can try my best, and this is my best, which is bad.
Yeah, Eris transcended the dad level. He's
Yeah,
on the god level of
yeah.
puns.
Aelus ascended daddery and to become like the ultra dad or like something weirdness. Anyway, that's it for this session. Thank you everyone for joining on this mystery number 6. If you didn't get the pun, then this is actually an original name. So yay for me! That's an original name. I will accept that. Next time we'll actually find out what killed this poor boy that somebody probably sent to their death, maybe or maybe not. We don't know. We'll find
It was his own goddamn fault.
Keep telling yourself that, Nadine.
out. All right. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch back again on the next session with all of our players back. We hope to have a cool thingy, and yeah. All right. I'll stop the recording before I run out of things to